Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Pivot webinar series. In conjunction with the Rapid Response and Recovery Program, this program aims to support the struggling local SMEs, especially those who are severely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. This is an initiative by Youth Business International and supported by Google.org, Google's philanthropic arm, and Startup Malaysia as the local implementation partner. Now, to explain further about this program, we have Vani, the Director of Startup Malaysia, here in the room with us. Over to you, Vani.
Thank you so much, Rina, and welcome everyone, and happy Saturday, and selamat berpuasa to all those who are fasting. So, welcome to the Pivot, to the first program of the Pivot webinar series. So, the Pivot webinar series is part of the Rapid Response program, Rapid Response and Recovery program. It's an, as Rina mentioned, it's an initiative by Youth Business International, which is an NGO that's based in the UK. It's being rolled out across 32 different countries around the world. It's being supported by Google.org. And in Malaysia, Startup Malaysia is the implementation partner for it. And the main objective of the Rapid Response and Recovery program is to help support micro and small businesses to navigate and adapt to the new norms of in a post-pandemic world. You know, we appreciate that many of you who have small businesses will be facing multiple challenges. So this is a program that we have especially designed, taking all our vast experience in talking to many of you through all our different initiatives in 2020. That we have actually discussed and put a very interesting program together. And there are 4 components in the Rapid Response Recovery program. The first component is a 6-week, very intense coaching and training program. Though we say intense, you only need to spend about 3 half days, 3 afternoons, 3 times a week. And it comprises of 18 sessions, and it will cover topics on entrepreneurship, business, as well as digital skills. And it really will help you to rethink and re-strategize your business and help you pivot to your next stage of growth. And the other components are, we have a series called the Pivot Workshop Series, which is a series of optional 3 to 4 hour workshops, covering various other skills that we think are important. We also have something called a Pivot webinar series, which is what you're part of and today. And also, we also have an active social media community with a lot of resources and all that's being shared there. So without wasting any time, Rina has prepared a very short presentation on what the Rapid Response program is about. Registrations are still open. My team will share with you the link where if any of you are interested, you can register and get in touch with us if you want to find out more before signing up. So over to you, Rina, to play the presentation. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Okay, thank you so much for sharing this amazing opportunity, Vani. Now, if you haven't followed us on social media already, please do so to access more free resources to help boost your business. And a few housekeeping rules before we begin. Please keep your microphone muted at all times. And should you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. And secondly, we will be taking photos from time to time, and they will be shared on all of our social media platforms. If you do not wish for your photos to be featured on social media, please keep your cameras off. Now, before we begin, let us take a quick group photo. Are you ready? Okay. If everyone's ready, 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, I see. Wait, Let's just wait for a few more seconds. Hi, Sukching. Hi, Winnie. Hi, Herna. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Very nice. Okay, without further ado, let us begin episode 1 of the Pivot webinar series, Crisis Communication for Online Businesses. Introducing our trainer for today is Puan Adelina Iskandar. She has more than 30 years of experience in public relations and training and holds a degree in humanities and a master's in linguistics. She has previously served in various government-linked companies in both customer service and corporate communications. She currently focuses on special projects on matters pertaining to public relations and communications. Thank you, Puan Adelina, for joining us today. The floor is yours.
Good to be here again. Thanks, everyone. Hi, everyone. Nice to see some familiar names, familiar faces. I say familiar names because your video is off. But yes, hello to all of you who've gone through the various programs organized by Startup Malaysia. Good to see you again. So let's go in because you only have an hour to do so. Okay, so I'll start the screen share. Okay, so essentially what we're going to be handling is crisis communication. In other words, communication during a crisis. And these days, crises, they just happen within a split second. Long ago, during the days of newspapers and during the days of television news, a crisis would only come about usually the very next day after the event, and people will get to read about the crisis usually the next day when the news is published in the newspapers, or when it makes when it makes it to the evening or the late night news. These days, crisis happens in real time, and what we're going to do today in the next 55 minutes is to basically very quickly go through several things that you need to have in mind when you're dealing with a crisis. I say when, okay, not if. I say when, because chances are, because of the use of social media these days, and basically everything is social media. With this MCO3, with this third lockdown, we're experiencing yet another crisis whereby brick and mortar sales, face-to-face sales have a lot of limitations. So we're talking about online here. Now, why is it important? It's important because it impacts your business. Okay, it can cause a destabilization of the business. You may have some disruption because you're addressing the crisis. Okay, and your customers, because it's being played out in the media, your customers may have second thoughts about conducting business with you. So we would say you are talking about business continuity. You are talking about risk management, but we are talking about not doing it on a very large scale basis as a GLC or as an MNC, but within the framework of your business setting. It is actually a very crucial thing to take note of, because we're talking about not just business continuity on a normal day. We're talking about business continuity amidst a pandemic, business continuity amidst something that's negatively viral over social media. Now, in the event of a crisis, normal operations usually will break down, and I'll go through this more about this later on. Okay, your stakeholders may be your customers, your stakeholders may be your suppliers. Okay, your stakeholders may be the banks if your business is already at that particular level. Okay, they may be angry, they may be confused. Okay, Maybe the problem is delivery. Okay, you have products, you have very good products, but your problem is delivery. Maybe the problem lies in the way you wrap your products. Maybe the problem lies in with JNT, okay, as the delivery outsourcer. Okay, maybe the problem lies with Post Laju. Maybe the problem lies within um, your own stock taking, right? So we're talking about any complaint by the customer that goes into social media, that becomes viral, that negatively impacts your business. Okay, so the main impact here is not just financial repercussions, but also probable damage to your reputation. Okay, so like, tak payahlah dengan ini, dia ni very slow. No need lah, no need to buy from that one like all the time, hantar barang je all break, commit lah, everything here. And all this commit news, the breakage, the basi food, the crushed biscuits, all this will come out in the reviews. If you've seen Shopee or Lazada or more Shopee, you look at the reviews. Okay, the reviews can be damaging. All the reviews can bring in more sales. A damaging review is a type of crisis too, and we'll go into that as well. Okay, now generally, anything that's viral is always very emotional. Okay, when we're talking about politics, for example, right, it's very subjective. There are so many thoughts and opinions about this third lockdown. It becomes a question of ethics. Is it correct to only isolate a certain group of people? Is it okay to have this kind of business open, not that business? It's very subjective. Within the local and international framework, it can also be objective and subjective, depending on which side of the fence you are. Okay, but when you have people talking about culture and race, it's obviously biased. So you can have a business, okay, that runs very well, but the moment something happens, you're like, inilah dia. Niaga lagi dengan dia. Come on lah, go have business someone like this, It's just instantly negative. You are dealing with people who are emotional. They may be angry with your delivery process. They may be angry with your product. A lot of commit here, broken here. They may be angry. When people are angry, they respond emotionally and subjectively. Facts no longer matter. You can say no. You put in bubble wrap, double bubble wrap, you hand delivered to the delivery, to the courier. It's beyond your control that they actually threw the package on the floor. You had the fragile tape. It's beyond your control. Is it beyond your control? Are you absolving yourself of responsibility once the product leaves your premises? Okay. Are you not interested in repeat customers? Because that's where the repeat customer resides. Okay. They will talk about your business through, we call that word of mouth. They will talk about it through social media, and they are emotional. So in a crisis, you are dealing with a group of emotional people. You cannot be emotional as well. So the problem needs to be addressed objectively, okay, serenely, right, quickly, with no panic on your end. Okay. Once they detect panic from your end, then they will say, see, I told you already. See, they don't know what they're doing. See, I told you lah. Buy some more from there. They don't know what they're doing. I told you. See, they don't know what to plan. They got no plan B. Okay. That's emotional. So today we're going to talk about responding coherently, responding sensibly. Okay. So now you need to sit back, take stock of what is the worst case scenario for your business. Products basi. The kuih raya, the biscuits they get broken. Okay, they get broken upon delivery. Okay, or there is a little fly, a little insect, a little ant that went into your product. Or the table that you sent, the sides were broken. Okay, what is the worst case that could happen? When you are able to realistically, logically, sensibly write down on paper, not in your head, because in your head you cannot see. Write down on paper what is the worst possible case. You need to be prepared for that. You jual tudung, the tudung sengit or whatever. You bake cakes, and the inside of the cake somehow, the temperature of the oven was so like corrupted or something. Inside of the cake is still soggy. You sell food. The chicken by the bone is still red. Okay, so think of the business. Think of your business. Think of the very, very worst case. Think of the very, very worst thing that can happen to your business from all angles, from production to delivery. Okay, what if you are dependent on stock from a country which is now overrun by COVID? Your supply comes from a third country, okay, which is overrun by a workers' crisis. Okay, there's a strike going on in that country, okay, and you're not getting your consignment. You're not getting the stuff that you normally get in your containers, for example. Okay, or there's a tsunami, there's an earthquake coming in. You're not getting your supplies. So you need to just sit down, think of what is the worst thing that can happen. That is basically the first planning that you do. Okay. Now, the thing is, when something is happening in a crisis, sometimes you're the last to know. Okay. You're happily at the shopping mall, or you prepare your kuih raya, or you are cooking, or you're actually sleeping and everything. And you wake up in the morning and all these WhatsApp messages coming in, like, what the hell is going on, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This is the most likely scenario that will happen because everybody is on WhatsApp, everybody is on Facebook, everybody is on Twitter, and there's so many comments there already. Everybody's on IG. All the comments on IG is there. And you wake up in the morning, it's like, what happened? I went to sleep last night. Everything was fine. Like, what is going on? That is a crisis. Okay, that is a crisis. You thought it was beyond your control. Okay, and you will think it's beyond your control if you don't prepare for it, which is why go back, think again of the worst case scenario. So anything that is a crisis these days, 90% is on social media because nobody buys newspapers anymore. Hardly anyone reads the news. Hardly anyone watches TV at prime time for the news. You get in your radio, you switch on your Spotify, or you go to your favorite radio station. You go to the TV. When it comes to news, I think you would switch to YouTube or you would switch to Netflix. So chances are the viral communication, the negative communication, the crisis is taking place in your phone, basically, through the Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter, through WhatsApp. Okay, and I'm not going to even say SMS because that's like relic, it's extinct already, right? So it's something that occurs. It can be something that occurs while you sleep. It can be something that occurs while you're driving. It's very, very quick. It's very, very quick. It's split second. Now, why is this so? Social media is basically a customer service channel. Don't forget that. Okay, when you're communicating, selling your products online, okay, you are actually communicating directly with a potential customer or an existing customer. Okay, an existing customer can verify or can come up with a good review for your product for the potential customer. An existing customer can also write a crap review on your product, which will influence a potential customer. So social media, don't forget, while you're selling, is also a customer service tool. If you're on Shopee, the chat, okay, when you chat to the seller on Shopee, people also write reviews about that chat. Friendly seller, responsive seller, okay, immediate response to chat immediately, or slow, never replies to my chat. So even that communication that goes on, the chat that goes on, people also review that. Okay, if the complaint is the same throughout, yes, very slow, never respond to my chat, I ask for 2 days, really no response, I keep asking, nobody answer, I call the number, okay, 5, 6, 7 of that, okay, that's bad already. Okay, that's a crisis for you already, because it will impact sales. People buying stuff these days, they are looking at reviews. Okay, so customer service is social media basically. Okay, now if a customer contacts you, that is customer service. If a customer contacts you, for heaven's sakes, contact him back, because he's expecting a response. If you don't respond, they will find other ways to get hold of you. Okay, if you ignore them or treat them badly, they will find a way to write negatively about you. Okay, so that communication is something that you need to manage. Now, if you have a negative review, if your people are beginning to write nasty comments on your review or in your Facebook or on your IG page, do not ever delete. Do not delete, because people will take screenshots, and that is worse. The worst is when the screenshot becomes viral. So it's compounded now. You have a problem with delivery, you have a problem with your product, you have a problem with the review, because you deleted the screenshot of the complaints that were deleted, that now goes viral, and that is worse. Okay, so when somebody buys something from you, let's say through WhatsApp, the general communication is through WhatsApp. But if, because of poor delivery or because of a perceived poor quality of the product, okay, the customer might not go back to the WhatsApp, okay, to communicate directly with you. The customer might go to your Facebook page where it's public. The customer might go to your IG page because it's public. Okay, so when the customer complains on social media, okay, it may be because they don't want to talk to you anymore, right? So it becomes very, very frustrating, of course, because you want the person to talk to you directly, right? So this is like not a game, but this is a communication that you need to manage extremely carefully, all right? And you have limited choice these days because everything is online. What you don't want is people telling other people, don't buy from this company. Okay, and I have seen such reviews. Don't ever go to this restaurant. Slow service. They don't know what they're. Everything on the menu tak ada. Okay, no need to go to this place. Difficult parking. Parking so expensive. Okay, don't go to this place. Don't buy from this. Don't buy from this company. You know, I brought several chairs, and you know, half the chairs like patah, broken, the paint chip and everything. You don't want that. You don't want that. Okay, because people believe reviews. People believe reviews. Good or bad, people believe reviews. So the best time to handle it is a crisis is not when it happens. Because at that point, when it happens, you're sweating blood already. Okay, you are going, oh my God, why? I know, like, what? Oh, why? No, it's not my fault. It's like, JNT, no, JNT is having problem now. You know, when I sent, item is good already, and I sent immediately after, but they're having a problem. No, that's not the time. That's not the time for you to indulge in a pity party, that's not the time for you to panic. You need to respond. At that moment in time, clarity of thought in the midst of panic in your brain doesn't go together. So you need to be prepared when it's a downtime, when you are relaxed, when you can like spend some time, sit down and think. And it begins with planning ahead. Okay, what is the worst case scenario? Okay, what can you do if there's a problem with delivery? What can you do when there's a problem with the products getting broken? What can you do? This. Okay, so basically you have a paper with two columns. If this happens, what you do? If this happens, what you do? It's like a process flow. Okay, but one thing that is very, very crucial, you need to be fast. You need to respond immediately. Because while you're going, no, how come? No lah, when I send, no, actually, you better check, where's the file? Where's that thing? While you're doing that, another 10 negative comments are coming in. While you're doing that, looking here, up there and everywhere, another 20 negative comments are coming in. Okay, so being quick is important, and more important is being transparent. Okay, so if people are writing a negative review and you delete the negative review, and when the negative review, people screenshot that and send that out, it shows no transparency at all on your part. You are not being responsible. People can see directly that, okay, this person dah main ni. Okay, not responding lah. Where's the website? Website suddenly disappeared. Wah, suddenly no website. Where's the Shopee? Shopee pun tak jual dah. You've disappeared. That becomes worse. Okay, so the most important thing to consider in a crisis is to understand your business well. Which are the touch points? Which point in the business chain is there potential for something to go wrong? Then you can address the correct information. No, this is not the case. Okay, we have checked with the post laju, they have sent whatever. In which case, you need to have the post laju contact number, you need to have the post laju tracking mechanism, you need to have what we call a holding statement. I'll talk about it shortly. Okay, now people need to know what is happening. You cannot be silent because the negative comments, remember, are still coming up. If you are on IG, if your main selling platform is IG, this is the time to use your IG story. If your main platform is Facebook, this is the time to use your Facebook story or go live to show that you are addressing the situation in a calm, collected manner. Okay, because you are not a 1 week old business, you are an entrepreneur, and this is how you're handling the situation. Okay, keeping the communication flow and not keeping quiet is crucial. Okay, now you must understand who can help you at this point. Do you have a team who's able to help you? You are trying to solve the issue. You cannot be responding to your social media account at the same time. Okay, you are trying to solve the problem. You are trying to find a solution. You cannot at the same time be trying to respond to all the various comments, to the various WhatsApp messages. You need to know who is in your team. And this comes in the planning stage. Okay, you may be a micro business where you are the CEO. Is there somebody who can help you? Okay, now at this point, you need somebody with rather good language skills. Okay. This is linked to a holding statement. I'll link it to the holding statement later on. But you see, if you reply in bad English, or if you reply in bad BM, the person complaining or the person writing the negative review has another negative point to write about. Ayo, what kind of company is this lah? You can't even spell lah. Ni apa punya company ni? Reply pun macam ni ke? Okay. Then another thread starts. Who is the people behind this company? I thought established company. This are konon graduate lah. Like this are graduate run business. No wonder delivery lousy. See? More things are happening. So be very, very careful about who will be able to help you. Okay. The person should know what your plan is. You need to talk to this person about your game plan in the event of a crisis. So once you declare crisis, this person is in with you. He knows exactly what to do. Okay, I handle a situation, you jaga media. I handle a situation, you please check the WhatsApp. I handle a situation, can you please check the comments in the IG. So the job, people know exactly what they're doing. If you are a one-man show, get your partner, maybe a sibling or a cousin, a good friend to help. Because at that moment in time, you cannot be doing everything. Okay, so identify who needs to know what the situation is, identify who matters, identify who will be most negatively impacted by this. You need to address them because they are also reading the comments. Okay, if they follow your page on Facebook, if they follow you on Instagram, the negative comments are going to come through their handphones too. They will not get the WhatsApp, but they will just get the comments from the Facebook post, the comments from the IG. So is there a need to talk to them? Is there a need to address them? You know your stakeholders best. Now, I spoke before that we're now in the era of social media rather than mainstream media. Mainstream media, I'm talking about TV and news. Okay, but there are many blogs, there are many YouTube channels that are news. Okay, they have their own following. Okay, a lot of bloggers have their own YouTube channels. They have a lot of following. They might want to comment on this and they might reach out to you about this. How do you respond to all these bloggers? How do you respond to YouTubers? How do you respond to influencers? Okay, there must be some kind of training going on. Okay, you may think, I'm just a small company. But because you are a small company, your business needs to continue despite this crisis. You don't have a choice. Okay, with a big corporation, with a GLC, a crisis can occur. The staff, the employees still get their salary. They still get paid. They still get income tax. They still get EPF, SOCSO, all counting ready. You run your own business. It cannot happen to you unprepared. Okay, this is your livelihood. All right. You want to pay your bills, your house, your car. You're dependent on sales. You cannot have this impacting your sales. Now, so immediately, once something negative occurs, you need to have a game plan. Who do we talk to first? Okay, do we talk to our potential customers or do we talk to existing customers? Okay, do you have their contact numbers? Is it important to get in touch with them? Okay, is the problem an isolated case of one broken chair, or is there a pattern that you see? Okay, is it because the courier, the delivery people are having a problem themselves? Okay, and realistically, this happens. JNT had a problem with their delivery. Why? Because they were going by commission or whatever the case may be, and the delivery people were having their own internal mess. it impacted in a loss of sales, okay, or in a loss of reputation for many sellers, right? Who are the people that you can contact in when the time comes, when you need their help, when you feel that they need to be notified. Now, I mentioned holding statement just now. A holding statement is a template, is a sentence or maybe a paragraph that you need to post on your social media to say, yes, we understand what is happening and we are looking into it, and we will let you know as soon as the situation resolved. Okay, or whatever the sentence may be. Now, this is just a sentence which is in proper English, proper Chinese, proper BM, because when a situation arises, you can be in panic mode or you can be very angry. What on earth? I told you people how many times? What is going on? You cannot write a coherent, polite statement at that point in time because you are too angry, you are too emotional. You must have in your note, in your phone, okay, a sentence, a paragraph for you to use when this happens, when a crisis happens. Okay. You also need to prepare responses for your admin. I mentioned just now who's going to reply to the comments on your social media, who's going to reply to the comments on the WhatsApp. You need to prepare that sentence too for your other communication channels. So one for your website, if you have a website, one for your Facebook or Instagram, one for the WhatsApp. Okay. Now, you may want to put this statement as a WhatsApp status. You may want to put this statement out as a Instagram story or a Facebook story. This statement says that you are aware that there is a problem with delivery. Okay, we take this problem very seriously because we do want our customers to receive the best possible product that we can have. We will rest assured we are looking into this, we are taking this very seriously, and we will get back to you as soon as we are able to resolve the issue. As soon as everything is back to normal, we will do our best to ensure that there are no more hiccup, whatever the sentence is, depending on your business. Okay, you must have that ready because at a time a crisis happens, you may not be capable of coming up with that nice sentence. You're too angry, you're too upset, you're too flustered, you're in panic mode, you are angry, you are fed up. Okay, so have this sentence or have this paragraph ready, and have it ready too for your social media and WhatsApp admin. Okay, if this happens, what is the reply? If this happens, what is the reply? And this is a time when there's no crisis. This is a time for you to prepare for it because it needs to be in good English. It needs to be without any spelling error. It needs to be without any grammatical error because that's your reputation. Okay, now, you may think it won't happen to you. Okay, that's why it's called an accident. It happens. Okay, nobody plans for an accident. But to just say, no, you're okay. This one, we get our materials locally. We do a flower arrangement. Our business comes from Pudu. I mean, we have this lady who sells fresh flowers for us. She's in Pudu, and we've been in business with her for 15 years today, so she always gets a supply. Suddenly, there's a flood or a landslide in Cameron Highlands. No delivery of flowers, no access from Cameron Highlands to Pudu Market for 2 weeks because there is actually absolutely no way to get the flowers down. That's impacting your business too. Okay, so go back to when I started at the beginning. Get the worst case scenario. What is the worst thing that happened to you? When something negative happens to you, you'll be getting a lot of phone calls. Okay, you'll be so like not able to do the normal things that you do. Okay, your sister is no longer able to sew the clothes for the raya because your sister is now the admin for the WhatsApp. Okay, your father is no longer able to help deliver your cakes because your father is now at the post office trying to find out where the packages are. So in the crisis, it's not normal. It's not a normal day. Okay, you need to be prepared for that. And as I mentioned just now, issues may be compounded. Okay, one of the, like I said just now, you are there trying to solve an issue, and now somebody say, this fella can't even spell. But F-A-R-E, fair, fair, not F-E-A-R, fair. I care. See, what, this word? And see, tambah lagi. It's compounded. Okay, and then suddenly, oh, people are cancelling orders. What? Cancelling orders? But I already got enough stock already. I already got the stock for them. How can they cancel? See, it's that frame of mind. It's that frame of mind. You need to be very to be aware of that frame of mind. Issues are compounded one after another. Now, generally, you need to be prepared. Don't get into this delusion that I okay, I ni business kecil-kecil je, you know, I bukannya business besar, million, I bukan business juta-juta, I ni business kecil. Ya, hello, your business kecil, it's not, the money is not coming in. Hello, your business kecil, sales are not coming in. Hello, your business kecil, okay? How you going to pay your phone bill? Because that money, that little money that you get is meant for your phone bill. That little money that you get helps to pay your electric bill. So don't just be delusional. Don't just think, alah, I ni not for me lah. I kecil-kecil je lah. Okay? But have this in mind. Just have this in mind. In the event something negative happens, in the event of a crisis, you need to respond clearly. You need to respond early. Speed is important. Okay? And appropriately. That's where your holding statements comes in. Okay. Now, people will be wondering, Mak, I pun dah order dengan dia lah. Mana barang I? Yelah, I hope my barang, I baru order. Dia boleh deliver ke? Macam mana ni? No, like, I just delivered. Okay. That is compounding. Other stakeholders might be like, betul ke ni? Alamak, I hope they don't send to JNT. Oh my God, I hope they use, macam mana ni? Okay. That is going into your comments. That is going into your WhatsApp. That is going into the IG. Okay. Now, be aware that there's the court of law and there's the court of public opinion. The netizens is the court of public opinion. Alah, dia tak boleh pakai lah. Alah, dia ni, cannot lah. Hopeless lah this company. No need to use his company. I know my sister, my cousin brother actually used his company before. I also got the same problem. Okay, that cousin brother story, that sister-in-law story, my uncle, Pak Ngah story, that is going to go viral. They will make their way through the family WhatsApp group. Okay, so everybody becomes an expert. Okay, and everybody claims to know how to run your business. So you cannot have that in the crisis. Okay, you must be on your feet. You must take charge immediately, because as the clock is ticking, the comments may be getting more and more negative. The slower you respond, the more messages or comments can come in. And you see, happened last night, happened this morning, 11 o'clock, see, no reply yet. Where's the admin? See, nothing yet. Now dah pukul 4 petang, pukul 5. Where? Nobody saying anything, where's the reply? Nothing. Another compounding issue. No need to talk, never lah, all this company tak boleh pakai, you know, that happens. So you cannot keep quiet, because people have a lot of things to say on your behalf if you don't open your mouth. Okay. Social media may not be knowledgeable. The netizens know nothing. Pandai cakap aja. Okay. They will not support you, okay? And they are not your friends, right? So this is why things go viral very quickly. And netizens these days mulut celupa, okay? Netizens these days, they just hantam and hantam and hantam because they are a group of people who don't read. Okay, netizens these days don't read. They see something negative, padahal it's not about that topic, it's something else already. They start a different thread, but the different thread still is negative. Okay, so in the event that something negative happens on social media, don't take it personally. That is the way social media behaves. That is the way netizens behave. That is the way netizens talk. Now, even in the corporate sector, we will leave it for 24 hours or 3 days. We will monitor it for 24 hours. If it continues for 24 hours, we will come up with we will of course come up with a holding statement. We'll monitor the situation, but usually within 3 days it's gone. But you need to survive. You need to know what to do within the 24 hours and within the 3 days. Can your business, are you able to sustain yourself with a business loss over 3 days? Because netizens mudah lupa. Okay, another thing comes in, they will forget about you. Like look at the Jackal lah. Everybody, oh, boycott Jackal, boycott Maidin. As you see pictures, everybody's going to Jackal, everybody's going to Maidin. People have short-term memories. Okay, but what they have is the power to interpret and distort. Okay, what they have is basically full control of the story. Alah, dia orang ni macam ni, dia orang like that, dia orang like this, like this. They will say whatever they want. Usually it lasts 3 days. Okay, they will come up with memes, they will come up with cartoons, they will come up with, you see like the MCO now. How many cartoons, memes, jokes coming out already? Okay, look at the recent case. Not everybody is talking about Chinchao. Okay, how long will it last? How long will it last? Okay, but your business needs to last during that time. Your business needs to last during that time. Okay, the netizens can be totally wrong. No netizen will come up and say, oh, I made a mistake lah. Actually, they're not like that. I made a mistake. You think they're going to think about you? No. They comment, go to next. Comment, go to next. Go to the next feed. Okay? They will not care about your business. Okay? But what you have is your own pride. What you have is your own credibility. What you have is control over your answers. Now, you can set everything right in how you respond over your social media, over your WhatsApp. Okay, you will receive questions in your WhatsApp. Never ever forget that your response to a customer over WhatsApp can be screenshot, can be shared. Okay, so when a customer asks you what's wrong and you reply, ayo, I also don't know lah, I pun tak tahu lah, I have to check kejap. That one they're going to forward, okay? Screenshot ataupun forward, share. Okay, so even to friends, even in the family WhatsApp, when somebody's asking, kenapa kedai kau ni? How come you look at your Shopee review? How come your review not so bad? I also don't know lah. I think problem, I don't know. I hired this part-time girl lah. This part-time girl, so don't know lah. You know, you have that on your WhatsApp reply to your family group. You think somebody's going to screen share? You think somebody's going to forward that? You think people are so nice? I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm so nasty, aren't I? Oh my God. Okay, but anyway, that's real. Prepare a holding statement for your WhatsApp. Okay, yes, we are aware of the situation. We are taking this very, very seriously. We are making sure it does not happen. Wow, good at this company, because that message is going to be shared. That one go viral, never mind. But if you say, I don't know lah, this new part-time, that's going to be shared too. Okay, so whatever you have on social media, okay, is loud and people will share it. And whatever you have on WhatsApp is also loud and people will share it. Now, Even when you don't have anything to say, people will share it. See, last read, she got blue tick. She got blue tick. She got 2 blue ticks. When? Yesterday morning. She reply or not? Reply or not? Tak ada kan? That one, that blue tick, the no reply, that one is going to be screenshot. That one screenshot also forward. I see, you see, I see, right? So even that is adding to the compounding issues. Okay, so cakap pun salah, tak cakap pun salah. So before you cakap, you try to understand what you're saying. Before you cakap, before you write, prepare what you're going to write. Okay, and if somebody is asking you, remember, always remember that somebody's camera is always on. Okay, the video might be on. Okay, when somebody is asking you, and you always see this on social media. Okay, let's say a blogger is talking to you or a customer is talking to you. That response you also need to be prepared for. Okay, because somebody can take a video. Come on lah, people take videos of everything these days lah. What I can't stand is like, you know, that they take video of this little boy and somebody, the auntie just told the little boy the mother died in a crash, car accident, and they take a video of this little boy crying. Come on lah. How insensitive are people? But this happens. And the more your face goes like crumbling, the more your face goes like crying, or the more angry you get, okay, that makes for very good video. Okay, now, what happens if, I also don't know. You don't say you don't know. You don't say you don't know. You're the CEO, your business, your company, you don't know? Okay, tell them what you do know. Well, we handled the package, and we make sure it's double wrapped. Our product was tested by this lab, tested by that lab. Okay, we have serum, blah blah blah. Tell them what you do know. Don't lie, don't bluff, don't go. Actually, well, you know, actually, that means you don't know lah. You don't know. If you don't know, okay, let me get back to you. Okay, I understand that Post Laju is having some difficulties, but I will let you know and make sure you keep your promise. Because somebody will say, no, I asked him already what he said. Go tell me what he will call me at 5 o'clock. Now 9 o'clock, nothing also. See, nothing lah. That goes viral also. Now, when you're talking, speak in the language that is understood. Don't go use, actually the PCB was going up to the up to the triple TPX, and I asked the WKRP people talking to the XYZ people, what language is that lah? Okay. Apa dia kata tu? What is he saying? Then that goes viral. Alah, dia tu memang group kayangan. Group kayangan tu like that lah. You think the group kayangan care about us ah? See, sensitive culture, people become subjective. Okay, people become upset. Okay, it becomes a communication problem as well. On your own, you need to be like, you know, like a duck on the water, like so serene, so nice, the kaki under the water, like that. That's you lah. Okay, so don't lose your temper, don't be harassed, don't look harassed, you know, because your staff can see you. Tu cuak tu, panik tu, panik, padan muka. Okay, that padan muka is going to go viral. Sebenarnya kan, actually when that crisis happen, you know what not? You basuh bilik nangis. Okay, alah, you think she care? Alah, he you know what he said or not? Alah, like that also want to complain. You think what? Alah, tak, I can get 10 better customers lah. What you say there can go viral. Somebody may not record, but somebody may tell somebody what happens. And people are so into gossip these days. Okay, so always check your manner, check your attitude. Be careful of hypothetical questions. Be careful of all this. Okay. You think it's okay to sell this kind of products? No. Okay. What do you think about this? You think, are you sure you can handle this? But what if there's another delivery problem? You know, remember, you are your calm self. Okay. You understand your business. Okay. You are unfazed. Okay. But you can only get into this mindset, this Zen, okay, if you're prepared. Like I said from the very beginning, when a crisis happens, usually inside your brain, you're already panicking. But because you're prepared, okay, you know exactly, I need to do this, I need to do this. I'm expecting people to be negative. I'm expecting netizens to be very, very critical. I'm expecting netizens to complain. Okay, so you're prepared. If you have nothing to say, don't say, but I don't know, I may check. Okay, don't be nasty. Alah, that pun itu alah kecil je, tu pun nak marah. Alah, just one, alah, she only got one pimple only came out. Alah, like, it's not like her face like that, you know, like, alah, nothing. That one, you don't know how that's going to end. Okay, you don't know how that comment might end. It may end very negatively. Never ever forget what is happening in real time. Never forget, people can WhatsApp what's happening immediately. Bos aku tengah marah lah. Bos aku tengah gelak. Oh my God, she's like, oh my God, she's laughing at this customer. Oh my God, that happens. Or you have something, you have a gerai somewhere, an onlooker, a member of public can take a photo. Wow, big quarrel happening now. Oh my God, look at the customer. Oh, kesian customer. See, like, everybody is a reporter. Okay, everything is happening in real time. So in real time, you need to be calm. You need to be collected. You need to be prepared. Once it's happened, once the crisis is over, assess what went wrong. Okay, is there something that I could have done better? You need to be rational. You need to be sensible. You need to be clear-headed. Okay, is there another delivery service you can use? Okay, how long is this problem with this courier going to happen? How long are we not going to get supply from Thailand? Okay, the ship karam. Okay, your container is in that ship. When is the next shipment coming from another container? You need to be able to rationalize, use the crisis as a learning for the next. Don't think after this another crisis won't happen. You just need to be prepared for it. So basically, you need pre-planning. Basically, you need to prepare a statement. Basically, you need to know who your main stakeholders are, who are the people that matter. You need to have open communication lines. You need to have employees who trust. Remember, you can't have an employee, alah, aku dah cakap dengan dia, silat. You don't want that kind of employee. Okay, unfortunately, a lot of juicy gossip comes from employees. Like, of course, like, he's working in that company. You didn't know what? You didn't know he's working at Zalora. He's been working at Zalora for long. That one her boss lah. No, and then what happened? The boss just laughed. The complaint came, the boss just laughed. Can't you believe it? Okay, this is what goes out. This is what goes out. Okay, know the people you're working with. Have a plan. Be very, very sincere. It's your business. It's your bread and butter. It's paying your bills. Look after it, and look after it by being prepared. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, it will not happen. But in the event it happens, you are prepared. So thank you very much. We're hitting 11:30. I'm going to stop screen share now. Okay. Apology video. Okay, right. An apology video, very clear. An apology video has to be genuine. Okay, there are a lot of apologies video coming in that are so not genuine, right? Instead of a video, do it on Facebook Live or on IG Story, because if anything bad comes in, at least it's within that confined parameter. Okay, it's not something that people will take and put on YouTube. So doing it live on IG Live, okay. If you're not quite sure of how the situation is, at least with IG Live and Facebook Live, after 24 hours, it's gone. Okay, when you come up with a video, it can be sent all over the place, especially if you're not quite sure about how you appear on the video. Okay, Right, so I'm going to stop the screen share now. Hope it's been useful. Okay, so back to Rina and Vani, I guess.
Yes, thank you so much, Puan Adelina. Do we have any more questions from the floor? Okay, I take that as a no. Thank you so much, Puan Adelina. Again, I myself learned so much. Here are some key takeaways from her session. You must always understand your business well. Always plan ahead, immediately respond to crisis, be transparent, have a team to help you, develop holding statements to update your stakeholders. This is very important. And never stop the story with no comment. If you'd like to rewatch the webinar, it will be live on Facebook and YouTube very, very soon. And before we end this session, we would love to know what you think of the session. So you should be able to see a poll on your screen right now. Okay, as you submit the poll, if you like this kind of content, we do post ample content, tips and tricks on our social media as well. So be sure to follow us on social media to learn more. And our cohort 2 of the 6-week pivot program is also happening very soon, starting on the 24th of May till the 22nd of July. We are still open for registration and this is completely free. So please do come and join us and we will see you soon. Vani, would you like to say anything else? Would you like to add?
No, not at all, not at all. And for those of you who are from Rebound, another round of Rebound will be happening soon, so please look out for that as well. A lot of exciting things happening, and wishing all of you Selamat Hari Raya. Those of you who are celebrating, for the rest of everyone else, happy holidays, and then stay safe. Happy MCO 3.0 as well. You might as well celebrate it, right? So, yeah, thank you very much, Adelina. Thank you very much, Rina. So nothing further to add. Thanks for joining us and keep following us and watch our community for more things coming up.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, Selamat Hari Raya and happy holidays.